In our events roundup this week, we will hear 10 stories from MMM Nigeria and 2 from MMM Republic of South Africa, while an orphanage in Johannesburg, South Africa is the venue of our MMM Gives Back feature this week. And in his Just an Opinion segment, Guy Dermil will share his thoughts on how we can answer the questions, what's my assurance if I join MMM? To all our viewers around the world, this is MNC, your MavroNews channel. The offline event of Guider Madu Odoshi at the Great God Church Hall in Mowi, Ogun State last August 13, 2016 opens our events roundup for this episode. He had about a dozen people in attendance as he explained in details topics that are important for them to understand MMM better. He has shown them the steps on how to correctly register at the official site of MMM Nigeria. After that, he logged into his own MMM personal office so they would see the different parts of an MMM account and how its sections works. He also gave them how to calculate the 30% Mavro growth using the new money formula. In discussing the bonuses, Guider Madu focused more on the guider's bonus. He encouraged them to try becoming a guider because he sees it as the best way to maximize their benefits that MMM has to offer. This is how he succinctly described it.
Just do what you have to do, you become a guider, and you will really enjoy. In fact, the 30% and the remaining one is wanted if you become a guider. And God blesses you, there are good people out there. When I mean good people, you should understand.
And not just knowledge, the action. Yes, because you can have a lot of knowledge about life. If you don't know how to apply it, it will end up nowhere.
That was part of Guider Prince Will Emeneki's welcome message to his 30 attendees from Woji in Port Harcourt, River State last August 13 of this year. From there, he introduced them to different MMM concepts.
You are actually talking nonsense. So that's life. So please don't do this.
He told them that the knowledge they will get from him about the workings of the MMM community will either be useful or useless to them depending on the actions they will decide on afterwards. All throughout his talk, Guider Prince Will was animated and cracked jokes to lighten the mood. This helped his guests felt more relaxed and more receptive to the ideas he was sharing with them. A lively question and answer portion was the event's last segment before they all called it a day. Blaring horns, animal sounds, and other noises can be heard on the background, but Guider Praise Wealth was never distracted as he was doing his live presentation last August 13, 2016 at the Nanos Event Viewing Center in Mina, Niger State. His audience of 8 people were also attentive as he shared with them the beauty of the MMM platform. He first shared with them MMM's evolutions from a company that the Russian government pressured to collapse and its rebirth as a mutual aid community in 2011 that aims to free ordinary people from financial slavery. While talking about benefits and bonuses, he highlighted the fact that as a donation exchange platform, MMM does not use a central account, nor does it collect money from members, so anyone who claims that MMM does otherwise are to be treated as scammers. Formal presentations are not just the venue to expose people to MMM. Organizing sports events are also good grounds to introduce it to the bigger crowd, as what Guider Emmanuel Efyong Enameri and his team did on the sunny afternoon of September 20th this year when they organized a live presentation and football game at the Saudana Memorial Stadium in Gusau, Zamfara State. Participating teams were given first their jerseys that has the MMM logo emblazoned at the front. While they were warming up, the host was also announcing about what MMM is, how it operates, and the bonuses members get by participating. He added the reminder that members should only participate with spare money. What followed next was a football game between the yellow and orange team, with the orange team emerging as victors after regulation time. When the game ended, another MMM team member stood up and requested those who are interested to join MMM to approach him or contact him on the contact details he provided. Awarding of trophies and medals followed next before the successful gathering ended. September 24 was another day in MMM Nigeria where there was more than one event happening. The first was at the Super Church in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, wherein about 10 people came to listen to Guider Thomas Ikpoba deliver his MMM offline presentation. He has shared his experiences as a regular participant to becoming a guider and the many good things the MMM community has brought him so far. He also explained that his observation on how the banks operate unfairly was one of the reasons he decided to give MMM a try. During the open forum, Guider Thomas reminded his attendees to always refer to the rules for safe participation if they have doubts on things they are about to do, or better yet, consult a guider or the online consultants team. He also requested them to be always fair and honest in dealing with their fellow community members. While Guider Thomas was at the Super Church in Rivers State, Guider Oluwatomi was also busy at the Central Cafe Hall of the Rufus Giwa Polytechnic in Owo, Ondo State. He was given only a short time to talk to a crowd of more than 50 students, and Guider Oluwarotimi maximized it well. He was already able to provide them an overview of what MMM does, how it started, and its ideology. He also gave a summarized version of all the goals of the community as well as the benefits. Prior to his talk, Guider Oluwarotimi and his team already distributed MMM leaflets that would serve as reference on the things he discussed briefly. It also has their contact information so anyone interested to join MMM Nigeria can get in touch with them easily. The last event that happened on September 24 was organized by Guider Beatrice Awak at the Edibles and Drinkable in Olej Legba, Lagos State, where she had about 20 people in attendance. While waiting for others, she already showed them some videos about MMM. She opted to start first with the warnings that each person must know before joining MMM.
And among all nations.
For her, it is best that things like this be disclosed first so people will know outright if they can overcome the risk or not. From there, she was by the book in discussing topics about MMM. She even showed them the steps to register and how to navigate the MMM personal office. Guider Beatrice's presentation lasted for about 90 minutes, with about half of it devoted to questions and answer portion. Another offline presentation in Soccer Friendlies happened last September 27 in Nigeria, this time under the guidance of MMM's Guider Oyedemi Muhyiddin Oladeli. This time the venue was at the Ido Osun Grammar School in Osogbo, Osun State, where 3 teams with 14 members each competed in 2 matches. It was formally opened with a ceremonial kick after team members shook hands with each other and the organizers. The first game was between the orange and yellow team, with the orange team winning 2 goals versus 1 of the yellow. While waiting for the second match between the orange and the white team, Guider Oyedemi took the microphone and started explaining in brief what MMM does and the benefits that the estimated 500,000 members in Nigeria alone get. He extended an invitation to those who are still not members to give it a try with their spare amount of money. 3 participants also stood up to share their testimonies. Afterwards, the second game between white and orange team followed with the white team as eventual winner of the first edition soccer competition. After the awarding ceremonies, Guider Odeyemi expressed thanks to the community and those who participated in the game. He also said that he plans to conduct more events like this as venue to share MM's ideology. On the last day of September this year, Guider Ologbodi Damelare made sure that he does one more offline presentation for the people of Oyo State before the new month arrives.
Our goal is to create a financially a fair financial.
He welcomed his invites and thanked them for coming before formally delving on MMM-related topics. His key message to his audience was for them not to be blinded by the big bonuses MMM offers and be overcome by greed. He reminded them that MMM is primarily a donation exchange program, therefore, they should never see it as a bank, money-making machine, or an investment. He also cautioned them against borrowing money just to participate and encouraged them to just use any spare amount they have that they can afford to lose without feeling scammed. Our last story from Nigeria this week happened at the local conference room in Ikeja, Lagos State, where a dozen people came for Guider Ogomonkon Adeviye's offline presentation last September 29 of this year.
Much that we need to know about MMM.
He shared with them the MMM's goal for each member to be freed from the unfair financial system we all have now. He further illustrated how banks earn more from depositors' deposits and the owner of the money gets too small return as interest rate. He then compared this with how the MMM system helps people get more even if they only have spare amounts to provide as donation. He stressed though that while MMM gives big bonuses, its goal is not merely money, but for people to have access to help anytime without having to worry of big interest rates. From Nigeria, we now go down south to Republic of South Africa for our last two stories this week. On November 11, 2016, 100-plus guider Omlapeni Dlamini held a presentation at the Jaconi Century in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal.
My name is Mfulmpeni Dlamini. I'm a 100-plus guider of MMM.
With this activity, he aimed to contribute in reviving hope for the MMM RSA community since a restart was declared end of April this year. He shared some facts of exactly what MMM is, how it works, and he specified as well that it is not an investment scheme, but a community of participants who are willing to donate money to help each other. He also added that the bonuses are rewards for their trust and efforts to advance the community and should not be treated as returns on investment. Bitcoin was also discussed, and he encouraged them to use it instead of South African rands through a bank account. He highlighted its ease of use and accessibility for a very minimal transaction fee. He added too that there is a current incentive wherein using Bitcoin to send their donation can give them more Mavro growth percentage. The Kwapata Secondary School in Pietermaritzburg, South Africa is our last stories venue. Last month, on November 11, Guider Tokonzani Zondi organized a presentation there. Most of her attendees are people who have only heard about MMM Republic of South Africa through the media's negative coverage and have never had the chance to be formally introduced to the community. Guider Tokonzani made sure that almost all the wrong impressions they got through the media were clarified with facts so they will see the real face of MMM.
Donation exchange.
She emphasized that MMM is not just a fly-by-night organization because it has an ideology being advanced worldwide since 2011. She also encouraged them to give the community a try by participating only with their spare funds so they can experience how the donation exchange works. She also encouraged them to give the community a try by participating only with their spare funds so they can experience how the donation exchange works. And as closing, Guider Tokozani shared with them how the community has financially changed a lot. And as closing, Guider Tokozani shared with them how the community has financially changed a lot of lives around the world. In MMM, guiders are not only taught about how to expand their group of participants. The principle of extending help to the needy in their areas is also inculcated during the online schooling. And this spirit of giving was what guided Faith Semilani practiced when she visited last November 26 at an orphanage in Bryanston, Johannesburg in South Africa for a charity event. The center is headed by coordinator Anna Chahatsu. As of now, it is taking care of around 15 people from different poor communities around the area with ages ranging from few days to teenagers. During their conversation, Guider Faith explained to Miss Anna what MMM is and the activities it holds to extend the spirit of giving to those in need. Then she formally turned over the toiletries and food items they brought for the children. On her end, Miss Anna shared that there had been members from the MMM South Africa community who have paid them a visit before already. On her end, Miss Anna shared that there had been members from the MMM South Africa community who have paid them a visit before already, and that she was very thankful because Guider Fates chose her center again. She also appealed that they are still in need of a new gas stove and gas for cooking. To this, Guider Faith and her team committed to do their best so they can visit again and bring the other needed items.
Good morning again, everyone. My name is Emil and welcome to Just My Opinion. Last week we had a very interesting discussion regarding the question, is it possible for the government to completely shut down MMM? Of course, we received different feedbacks from our audience, but I am glad that most of them agreed with the words I shared. Today we will discuss a whole new topic again, and this is another suggested topic from our audience. How's that sound to you? One of our audience is looking for an answer about a question he received from one of his friends whom he invited to join MMM. His friend asked him, "What's my assurance if I join MMM?" I know some of you are excited to hear my answer because you might have the same concern. But before we answer that, let's get to know the reason why you are receiving this kind of question. First of all, if you truly understand MMM, you know that we joined here without any assurance or guarantee that we will get profits. Well, it's a case-to-case basis depending on the person who invited you and your understanding of MMM system. But even in our PO or personal office, there are tons of information like warnings and clickable links telling you that this is a community of mutual help and there are no guarantees that you will get returns when you give help. People exchange financial donations, that's why the system works. That's called mutual aid. That's why this is called mutual aid community. Most of the time, the PH and GH works seamlessly. That is why we became so confident to tell others that the returns are guaranteed, as if it's an investment instrument or an investment company. We forgot the warning, so later on when the community encounters difficulties, we blame MMM as if we are not part of it. We blame the system when we feel the pressure thrown at us by those we invited to join. And so it continues to the point where some people misunderstood the concept of mutual help, thinking that MMM gives guarantee to those who participate. Now, going back to the main topic, answering the concern about the assurance is really simple. You don't need to give false information or hype just to get someone to sign up. You should tell them honestly that MMM gives no guarantees. The only guarantee we have in our community is that it will continue to grow as long as the participants are united with one goal to end financial slavery in this world. It is better if they join knowing the risks so that if something happens, they will not blame you. Also, when you do this, the community will be much stronger because you will only get participants who truly understand the ideology. And seriously speaking, if I will encounter the same question, I will tell them that MMM has risk just like any other thing in this world. MMM is just like our lives. We are born in this world without any assurance that we will live forever, right? In fact, we knew that at some point we will die. We live in a world of risk. When we cross the street, there's a risk that we might get hit by a car. When we eat our food, there's a risk that we might be that we might get choked or poisoned or get sick. Risk is everywhere, and being an MMM is not an exemption. So anyone who participates must learn to deal with the risk, just like how we deal with our daily problems. And remember, never ever convince people to join. Let them join with their own free will. Let them decide for themselves how much spare money they can provide help. Your job is not to get them sign up on your referral link. That's not the main point here in MMM. Your job is to share the ideology and the beauty of the MMM community. The rest depends on them. So, did you learn something today? Are you going to share this video? Alright, that concludes our segment for this week. See you again next week, and we'll have more exciting topic that we will discuss on our coming segment. This is Emil saying, always remember that everything that I shared in this video is just my opinion. Have a great day, guys, and advance Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Another edition of MNC has ended. As we embark on a new year, the MNC team wishes everyone prosperous times ahead. May you also continue supporting us in the coming days. I am Mark, and always remember, together we change the world.